I grew up playing Spyro the Dragon and Crash Bandicoot. Both franchises were basically my bread and butter for years, and I spent countless hours on so many games from both franchises as a kid, and even now as a young hot-headed adult. I was always way bigger and more into Crash Bandicoot, as I think he's the better franchise and character, but we can't dismiss the greatness of Spyro at his peak during the PS1 days. It's kinda hard to forget the impact and fun the franchise had in the early days, and what it did with the incredible tech of the PS1 from that era. The original Spyro game was lacking, but still a very enjoyable and fun game. Spyro 2 was incredible, and Spyro 3, while a step down from 2 in my opinion, was another cold hard classic and fun-ass open 3D platformer. All three games had so much charm and love put into them, and the two games after the original were loaded with much more content, for better or for worse. People look back and remember Spyro fondly, and the hype continued with the next generation knocking at the door with the PlayStation 2. The new PlayStation console needed a next-gen Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon game, and the hype at that time surrounding those two were very high. Sadly, Crash fell flat on his face here. Story for another time. But what came for Spyro was unimaginable. Something no one saw coming, something people were not expecting whatsoever. You'd think by this dramatic lead-up I'm about to tell the tale of a game that was so incredible that it's talked about to this day because of how great it is, but oh man, the dramatic lead-up here is for by far one of the worst games ever made. Crash fell on his face with the Rapid Cortex, but in comparison to Spyro, Spyro fell flat on his face and then proceeded to get ran over by 30 semi-trucks going 100 on an expressway and then exploded after that. Spyro 4, Enter the Dragonfly, basically destroyed Spyro and put this franchise in jeopardy. The game was released in 2002 by developers Check 6 and Equinox, who were known for, Enter the Dragonfly. And only Enter the Dragonfly.
Oh no!
The game was so bad that it destroyed 2 new teams before they even got started in the industry. Do you see how bad this game was for everything and everybody? There's issues with this game before it even starts. Why the hell is there a loading screen for a loading screen? You spend more time in this game waiting for it to load than actually playing it. The game is supposed to take place, of course, right after the events of Spyro 3. And after about 3 hours later when the game loads, we get a cutscene explaining everything.
Wow!
Okay, I've had enough.
Good lord, what is wrong with these character models? Spyro looks fine, but Bianca and Hunter look terrible. It couldn't possibly get any worse with these character models. Crypto is back? What is wrong with lava in the Spyro universe? It can't kill this moron, and it can't kill the other moron. Lava is basically a fucking jacuzzi bath in this damn universe. We haven't even started playing and I'm already upset. So this idiot comes back from drowning and burning in lava to talk shit to Spyro and friends. The event going on is a celebration for the young generation of dragons getting their own Dragonfly guardians like Spyro and Sparks. After a heated argument, Ripto scatters all the Dragonflies and even Sparks and he leaves. Spyro and friends then set out on an adventure to find the lost Dragonflies and once again stop Ripto. You know what? I'm about to give this game some credit. This is actually a really neat concept. Sparks is gone, so I'm assuming you'll have a new added challenge to the gameplay by not having his abilities and protection to start off, and he's in the literal building right behind them. I mean, he's just there. Like, his Ripto's magical powers wasn't good enough to transport him somewhere else. He's literally in the fucking building right behind them. He's just floating in an empty-ass room, safe and sound. This game couldn't have given me one thing to be intrigued by. Anyways, we begin the game and you immediately unlock a new power, the Bubble Breath. This is used to capture the Dragonflies and safely return them home. This is the main collectible of the game, and there are 90 to collect. The Bubble Breath is useless outside of that, really. Hell, it's crappy regardless of needing a Dragonfly or not. The hit detection is incredibly wonky. There are times where I'm literally face first into the Dragonfly's ass just for it to not work, and other times where I'm a country mile away and it works. It's so bad. You run into issues with the gameplay just by moving in general. The frame rate is straight dog ass. I know my gameplay footage doesn't really do it justice because of emulation and the sorts, but even with that it constantly chugs and jerks harder than I do with any type of movement and really ruins the gameplay. There's instances where it'll all randomly jump to 60, back to 30, and then back to sub 30, and then back to 30. It's very disorienting. You can tell that this game was made by a bunch of rookie devs with zero time provided to actually develop the game. The game also holds your hand constantly. Everything you step to comes with a tutorial. Yeah, you could turn them off, but why is this even there in the first place? I don't like the argument that it could be baby's first Spyro game, and that's why, because even if that's the case, it's pretty self-explanatory what a gem is, and what's inside these breakable objects. Can you imagine having something like this in real life? The game itself, graphically speaking, is actually pretty appealing for the most part. The hub area is very open and colorful, and the music definitely feels like a Spyro game. Damn shame that's where the positives stop though, because this game is pretty bad. Spyro himself feels so sluggish to control. It's like moving knee-high in peanut butter with concrete on his feet. It doesn't feel as tight or as smooth to control him and fly. It becomes more apparent with the jumping and flying tutorial with Hunter, and when you get into the actual levels within the game. The more you play, the more you realize how broken this game is in general too, and you'll understand as we continue to go on. So one of the first stops is Dragonfly Dojo, and right off the bat, I really enjoy the vibe and atmosphere of the level. It's cool. Again, it's a damn shame that Spyro controls like ass and the frame rate is doing some sort of fucking weird North Korean style torture. Threaten your hostages with 2 hours of playing Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. That would make anybody talk. In this level, we are tasked with freeing the frozen dragons as we progress through the level, and each one does something to help us progress further. Like this guy uses his amazing mystical dragon powers to open up a sliding door. Couldn't have done that without your amazing power, man. Thanks, pal. The level also introduces us to new challenges and minigames to play as well, but these are terrible. They all control so bad, especially this damn tank. It feels like it weighs 1,000 pounds, and I don't know about you guys, but for Peaceful Dojo Living Dragons, I don't really understand why the ever-loving hell they have a tank in place like this. How the hell is this peaceful? A lot of the classic Spyro charm is lost in this game. Maybe I'm not controlling it right. Let me get a quick tutorial. Huh. I guess they forgot to record the lines here. Remember jumping in portals and having it feel like you're going somewhere? Well, in this game it looks like a puddle of water and Spyro kind of just goes through and bashes his face into the wall. This brings us to another issue as well though. The load times. My god, the load times. You could drive to the damn grocery store and come back and this shit would probably still be loading. It takes an eternity. A good slice of your time playing this game is just load times. Compare that to nearly instantaneous loading in the original games. It's crazy. I timed it, by the way. I sat here for 2 minutes almost to let this game load me up into one level. Who thought this was okay? It's no wonder the game has so many performance issues too. Look at all this unnecessary clutter and fog. You're overloading your game with so much unnecessary bullcrap, it's making it chug even more than it should. Shooting flames brings out so many particle effects as well, and even that can mess with the frame rate. Yo, moneybags. Never thought I'd be happy to see you. Paying him unlocks another path through the level, and the animation that plays when you give the gems is hilarious. This is also the last time you see him in the game, so he probably got shot off camera finally. These levels aren't exactly anything to write home about. You unlock the other breath abilities throughout, like lightning and ice and this stupid windshield move that serves no purpose except for that one stupid level where you needed to progress and kill enemies in it. All these levels are so open and empty, just filled with poorly controlled minigames. There's no fun platforming sections like in the original games, or fun and creative challenges like you'd see in Spyro 2, or the non-vehicle ones in Spyro 3. One minigame, you're blasting a dojo with the tank, the other you're in a UFO trying to protect cows from being abducted, the next one you're trying to capture stingrays, which I'm pretty sure this is just a ripoff of one of the Spyro 3 ones. It lacks the same charm and creativity of the original games, and even collecting things are a chore. The bad hit detection on the bubble breath is one thing, but even Sparks gets a little nerfed. He barely collects gems like how he should. You gotta be so damn close to them just for him to pick up the damn thing. Like I mentioned before, this game is just so broken. Nothing really works. The frame rate, the hit detection, gems spawning upside down, gems spawning with no physics and then gaining physics once they land. I had a gem fall through the level on me one time and I couldn't collect all the gems and set a level after that. I don't think some of these gems are color coded correctly either. There are instances where I picked up a gold gem just for it to be worth 25 instead of 10. How did this happen? Where did I go wrong? How is it that this gem is worth 0? I didn't mention it yet, but I really like the concept of multiple breaths being unlockable in this game. It's a neat concept, but you realize it's useless outside of a few instances where you need the breath ability to do a challenge, or just to unlock the gate to the next part of the hub world to access more levels. This game had loads of potential to be something great, but it falls flat on its face in every category. So many fans love to talk endless amounts of crap about the Skylanders franchise for destroying Spyro, but I think they're stupid for putting so much blame there. Like it or not, that franchise kept them alive and brought in a lot of new fans and a new generation to the Spyro franchise. It's games like Enter the Dragonfly that jeopardized the franchise and ruined it. This is the shit that ruins franchises. Happened with Crash later on, and happened here with Spyro. You know, there is one thing I do like about Enter the Dragonfly, and it's the levels and places you visit. Spyro was always known for various locations, and I enjoyed some of what the game offered in that department. You know, the beach levels, the farms invaded by space riptocs, the honey farm, and an ice world to name a few. The main issue that plagues all these levels outside of the obvious performance issues is that it lacks the same charm, exploration, and creativity as all the other levels in the past games. Most of the time you're running through seemingly empty levels with a lack of real fun or creative challenges to do. And what's there are just broken vehicle sections that take an eternity to load. Every time you think there's something here that you could hold on to that may be good about the game, it falls on its face. The game is very similar to Wrath of Cortex, where the devs quickly had to come up with a game and just rehash the previous title before it, and took the problems in the game before it and made it worse instead of improving it. Only difference here is that Wrath of Cortex just isn't a good game. We'll revisit that a different day though. Enter the Dragonfly is just a slow descent into madness the more you play it. This is just a shitty rehash of Spyro 3, and I won't stand for it, and I refuse to replay this game any longer than I have to. It's time I take advantage of how broken this game is, and save us all the trouble. And to showcase this is how broken the game is. What we just did is a glitch through a gate, and now Spyro is swimming in midair. This allows you to go through all the environments of the hub area and obviously go to places you shouldn't go. I swam out into complete darkness and completely away from the whole hub area. Anyways, this will allow us to access the final and only boss in this game and beat it. So, off we go. Spyro Enter the Dragonfly, everybody! Anyways, this boss fight is awful. You can cheese the hell out of this Ripto fight. All you have to do is flame his ice wall, and as soon as you do, charge immediately after him, and flame it again, and chase after him again, and keep doing it. And he won't hit you more than once, if at all. And you win after that. The game is over. Final cutscene plays, and Ripto is rage quitting as per usual.
Twice I put my faith in this staff, and twice it has failed me! Dragons, dragonflies, I can't win! I can't win!
Well, that's what you get for playing with your little...
Fast forward back to where you were in the beginning of the game. The 100% bonus is one of the biggest slaps to the face for the player. I personally didn't, because hell no. But you get that cutscene again, except he winks at the screen at the end if you 100% the game. That's it. He winks at you. Hey man, thanks for playing our game. We know we put you through endless hours of psychological trauma, so here's Spyro winking at you for your efforts. This is awful. Spyro Enter the Dragonfly is a very broken and unfinished mess with levels that are too open with nothing to do and is completely deprived of the same love, polish, and creativity of the games before it. There's almost no redeeming quality for the game. Sure, the music is still Spyro-like and okay, the level environments and the graphics look okay, but that doesn't save the game whatsoever. This game is what started Spyro's downfall, and it's a shock this didn't kill the franchise off on the spot. It's a shame because this could have been a great game, but Universal Interactive made sure that didn't happen, and the dev team never made another game after this. I mean, who would hire them after this mess, really? Spyro Enter the Dragonfly gets a 4 out of 10. Lowest score I've given on the channel. Sadly, with the Spyro franchise, there's other games that are even lower than a 4 out of 10. But I think this is where we're going to stop for now. At some point in the future, I'd like to visit a Hero's Tale and the Game Boy Advance games, but that won't be for a while as we got a lot more things to talk about. Like good games. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching and sticking with me. Feels good to be off my hiatus, and I hope to build more consistency and bring you guys more videos. Got a lot in the works. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more awesome content from this channel. Jaybills Games signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.